Judge, when you look at it, though, and people talk, I'm a proud Twitter shareholder as well, but when you look at Square versus Twitter, you're looking over 2 years, 600% for Square versus 78% out of Twitter. Twitter's been performing like crazy, but the outperformance here is Square. They are killing it.
They met with the CFO last week. They love the story.
Yep.
Future revenue potential is underappreciated.
That chip, so all of us now are chipping with the card, right? Instead of sliding, you're chipping.
They say the Cash App is eventually going to expand into areas like consumer finance, investing, cross-border money transfers.
Yep.
Higher revenue growth as a result.
It is, the people that have missed this one, does it still have upside? Yes, it does. I have been long this one, like I say, since 24.
Okay.
I am still long it. I have no intention of selling. I believe this thing goes up over 100 this year as we go into the holiday shopping season. It's $84 right now. It's having a great day today.
This company is changing. This company is changing the industry because of how successful it's been.
Yep.
When you look at what JP Morgan announced on their app, the direction they want to go.
Yep.
Now, they have a huge user base. JP Morgan Chase will be fine. But I'm saying they are doing things that they might not have otherwise done and accelerating them because of the ability of a company like Square to amass a huge user base out of nowhere and then continue to come up with new ways to keep those people engaged with using it.
Yep.
That is a legitimate threat to a bank that spent the last 50 years building brick and mortar locations all over the country. And the next generation of consumer, they don't care about your marble lobby. It's meaningless. So I would say that. And then the other thing, here's how you know when a stock is under accumulation. Put the fundamentals and the business aside. Just on stock price, take a look at that retest of the 50-day. It was textbook. The stock bounced off the 50-day like a basketball. And the buyers came in exactly where you would have expected them to come in after what looked like bad news and 2 days later was irrelevant. Anytime you see a company under accumulation bounce off a moving average like that, you just know that there are people who've set their buy orders in advance, and they are not going to let this thing get lower without owning more of it. So Scott? I think the technicals align with the fundamentals.
Go ahead.
So I'm a big Square lover. I love how it's revolutionized my farmers market purchases. You just go. But at the same time, not all of us can stomach 126 times multiple.
Right.
And that, to me, like, no matter how great it is, no matter how promising, I can't stomach it. So we actually own Fiserv. And we own Fiserv, which has a 23 times multiple, and has Zelle, which is basically participating in the same transfer space. So I think that's, for those of you out there,
I think the other name is
126 times.
I think the other name, if you can't stomach that either, is PayPal.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, when you look at PayPal, you look at volume growth, you look at the number of users. I mean, this is a really interesting story that gets kind of cast out aside because Square's performance has been so phenomenal. But PayPal has been absolutely destroying it, Scott. And I think it's very easy to see this stock actually going not only through 100, maybe $110 a share.
By the time Square sells for a reasonable price earnings multiple, you will not want to own it because that will mean something has seriously gone wrong with the growth story. And the greatest stocks in history were never attractive on a traditional valuation measure. It's very rare to find something like an Apple that's really cheap and then can double. Most stocks start off expensive, spend a lot of time being expensive, continue to make money, and then at a certain point they get cheap, and that's because the business has totally gone.
To